What is going on, guys? I'm finally back after my long hiatus, out of my control. I finally got the power back in my apartment. The lights are on right now. I'm so happy. I mean, it's like 10 a.m. so I don't really need the lights on, but I put them on anyway just to enjoy this. So either way, I'm here today, guys. We're doing an amazing video talking about the new actual OU tier list because Pokemon Home has dropped. We got all these new Pokemon like Zeraora, Kyurem, Terrakion, Conkeldurr, all this new stuff came down, right? So I figured, you know what, it's time to update my tier list, go through the viability rankings, have a little discussion. Always want to see what you guys are thinking below in the comments as well. Make sure you like this vid, man. You don't like this shit right now, man. It's been 4 days since I upload, but the agency provides. Obviously, the agency doesn't provide electricity or running water, but shit, it's okay. So we're here. Either way, let's hop right into it. So shout out to my man Finchinator, by the way. I bugged his ass all week. I was like, when are you gonna update it? When are you gonna update it? And he finally did it. I know this takes a while to update. Shouts to him. This is just a really nice thread in general. This is probably the best thing Smogon OU ever made. Well, like for me, I don't know in general, but like for me, this is what the best thing they ever made. I loved this. This is like how I build teams, even though I don't build teams. But if I was gonna build teams, I'd use this. Either way, let's go through it real quick. Well, quick, we'll see. So we got first rank, Clefable. Clefable number 1. Before I didn't agree. I was like, Clef is good, but I mean, I don't think it's number 1. My mind has changed. I do think it's number 1 now, and that's for a multitude of reasons. It got soft-boiled back. Obviously, it got all these different moves back. Knockoff, soft-boiled. It doesn't have to run that stupid Moonlight. It doesn't have to run Wish Protect if it doesn't want to. Clefable can run too many sets right now, and it's interesting because it's number 1 here, but if you look at OU usage stats, it's number 2 here. The usage is still incredible, though. 34%, I mean, that's 1 in every 3 teams. So, I mean, it's more than 1 in every 3 teams. So, obviously, it has quite the presence in this tier. But yeah, like I said, Clef is absolutely fantastic. This is the set I've been using the most. I mean, it's not like this is really a secret. It was probably like because everybody's been spamming this in SPL. Moonblast, Teleport, Wish, Protect. I actually used it the last 2 weeks of SPL. This is actually the team I used. This set is great. Wish, Protect, is decent recovery. Teleport, if you guys don't know what that move does, it switches you out and it has -6 priority. So it basically means Clef switches out last, and you can pass a Wish through that. So Clef will switch out last due to Teleport. Clef has the natural bulk to, teleport out on stuff like Pex, opposing Clefable, stuff like that. And you can heal up anything, which is really, really nice. Because, Clef has a high HP stat, 394, right? So it's passing off decently placed Wishes. And when you pair it up with monsters like Kommo-o that don't actually have good recovery, you're able to just keep wishing these things up. I had it in combination with Bulk Up Zeraora. Shout out my boy NJMP. He came back from the dead, made this saucy team. But yeah, Clefable with the Wish Pass plus Teleport is really good. One of my favorite sets. Lets you use offense. So many people were using this in SPL this week. It's really an amazing set. Almost all my Clefs these days are Teleport. But I mean, in general, Clef has so many good options. It has Heal Bell, it has access to Soft Boil, Stealth Rock, Knockoff, all different types of stuff. It's able to put in so much work, and I really, really like that. For now, the new flavor of the week is definitely Teleport, just because, people are like, oh shit, I can just teleport into my Kyurem, my, Hydreigon, whatever the case may be, and that definitely puts in work. You can see this one with Stealth Rock, Moonblast, Knockoff, Soft Boil. This set is also very potent. You don't need to run Teleport. It's nice, but it doesn't fit on every team, obviously. I still think Wish Pass is great. Some people run Wish Protect. Some people are even running Calm Mind. The thing is, like, it has so much potential. I still love running Wish Protect, Moonblast, Aromatherapy. I love that set. Soft Boiled is still really good, but obviously Soft Boiled has more of a value on, what's it called? Soft Boiled obviously has more of a value on Calm Mind sets and stuff like that. Wish Protect is just really nice in general. Wish has always been good, but Wish is insane in Gen 8. We have never seen a tier where Wish was so good, if you really think about it. I've never seen a tier where Wish was so, like, spammed. And it's funny. I mean, Wish is just amazing. But yeah, I agree with Clefable at number 1. I think it's really, really good. It takes on so many Pokemon. It defeats most defensive mons as well. A lot of people are using this Teleport set on their offensive builds, but if you run Calm Mind, you're really able to shred, like, opposing Clef, Kommo-o, Corviknight, Toxapex type scores, so it's good in general. It's good in general. But yeah, Clef, definitely number 1. I agree now. Last tier shift, I didn't really think it was number 1. Top 3 for sure, but I didn't think it was top 1, but now I agree. Corviknight number 1. Now this thing, 30% usage, again, insanely high. You can see the top 3 have such a distinct, like, they're so ahead of everybody else. Like, look at this. Number 4 is Excadrill, which has 8.5% less usage than Corviknight. And Corviknight has 8.5% less usage than Dragapult. Man, there's levels to this shit. It's insane. But yeah. Let's see. So Corviknight, yeah. Corviknight, I can never switch up on this thing. It is consistently so good, and there's a reason it's on like all my teams, and this thing's usage in SPL is through the roof. In fact, I actually kind of want to check that out because I have not actually seen the SPL OU usage stats, and I think that could definitely give us some good information. Let's actually go find that out right now. Hold on. tournaments, Smogon Premier League. I'd love to see how many people are using Corviknight, because I bet it's like everybody, dude, everybody. Where's usage statistics? Here we go. SSOU, cumulative usage. Clef, Corviknight at the top. Look at Clef's usage in this, 71%. Look at Corviknight's, 52%. Dragapult, 48, and then look at the drop down. This is insane. The fact that Clef and Corviknight are literally on, like, every team. Look at this, 50% usage, which means, like, I mean, at least one team has to have it, which means it's in every game, right? Like, that means it's in every game. And Clef with 70% usage means it's literally in every game. Like, I feel like having a Clefless game is, like, so rare. I think we had like 2 games in SPL with no Clef. Either way, it's incredible that these two are so... It's just annoying that Clef is #1 every single gen, but whatever. So going back to Corviknight, sets I'll be running are... I use Body Press a lot these days just because Bisharp's back in the tier, and Bisharp is such an easy switch to Corviknight if they defog. I mean, +2 Life Orb knockoff destroys Corviknight. You need to have Fizz Def for it, but Body Press is a nice tech for dealing with that, as well as... what's it called? Excadrill. A core I really like actually to punish Body Press Corviknight is Swords Dance Bisharp plus Swords Dance Aegislash, because if they do have Body Press to check the Bisharp, well, then they're walled by Aegislash, obviously, right? So you can set up on them for free. So that's pretty cool. I do think Bulk Up is still great. Definitely an excellent set. It's just that the majority of teams prefer running Defog U-Turn these days. That's just a solid set, but Bulk Up is still very good. I remember I played that guy, One True Lycan, and he had Bulk Up Taunt, which is definitely great versus defensive teams that take advantage of like Corviknight, Clef. It can be really hard to switch it up. I remember he had it with a T-Spikes build, and it definitely put in a lot of work. But yeah, for the majority of teams, I really just run Defog because Corviknight is the best hazard remover in the tier. Like, it's not even a question anymore. Mandibuzz, Excadrill, all that stuff is decent, but nothing can touch Corviknight's ability to remove hazards. And it's just so tanky too. With Max Spadef, you're able to switch into Kyurem Ice Beams and stuff relatively well. Pressure is an amazing ability that lets you stall out things with super effective moves on you. Like, stuff like Dragapult fails to beat this thing, because even if you Will-O-Wisp and it's taking that chip, Hex is only doing like 40%. It's insane. So yeah, it really puts in a lot of work. Like I said, all of mine are literally Defog these days. I mean, I use Bulk Up from time to time, but it's been a minute. But I mean, Bulk Up is just Sub or Taunt or Last Move Defog. You guys basically know what that is. But Corviknight is a tried and true mon. Walls everything. Even with some of the mons coming down, like Zeraora and stuff, it's still like just too prominent. It's just too good. It's just way too good. It can switch into too many mons. It can defog so much. It's the ultimate support mon. Truly the ultimate support mon, and probably my favorite mon to spam in the tier right now. I mean, it's boring, but it gets the job done, and nothing can really do it like Corviknight. So got to give that thing S rank as well. So let's keep moving on. Aegislash A+. Now, Aegislash will always be A+, I think. It's an amazing mon. Ghost types are up there. There's no Pursuit. Nobody uses Tyranitar anymore. Bisharp doesn't exactly switch into this thing at all. So the sets I've been using, I used Choice Band recently, and I don't think Choice Band is good. Honestly, I don't think Choice Band is good at all. That's why I'm showing this set first, because I think the set sucks. It really struggles with breaking through Toxapex, and a lot of teams are running Toxapex. That thing's usage is rising very hard recently. That thing is really rising in usage, and the majority of Pexes are like Fizz Def, as you can see. And Banded Shadow Claw does like 38 to 40%. Like, it doesn't do anything. So, I mean, you have the high crit rate, but high crit rate's what, like 10%? Like, what do you, like, it doesn't really matter. So Aegislash Banded I do not like. However, I think that Specs and Swords Dance are very good. And I've also been using this Metronome set. My boy Anti, he sent me this set, crazy set. It's basically the same thing you'd run on Specs, because only special moves it has are Shadow Ball and Flash Cannon. But it's Metronome and set, which is just really nice, because the ability to switch up moves can be really nice, because a lot of the time in Specs, not to say Specs is bad, I actually believe Specs is the best set. But sometimes, you know, it's easy to switch around, especially if they have like a Mandibuzz, Kommo-o with Bulletproof, Clef, and Pex. They can pivot around Specs, and you can get pretty frustrated. But with this set, there's no switching around. There's no switching around at all. You just spam Shadow Ball. You think they're going to switch to Kommo-o, Toxic on the switch, and then it's done. You know what I mean? Even have knockoff Zeraora here to pressure that as well. This team is really good. I regret not bringing this to SPL, because I feel like it would have been an easy win no matter what person I played. But yeah, Metronome is great. Obviously, Specs is the same set, just with Specs on it. The SD is right here. Now, Scope Lens is cool because it increases the critical hit ratio with Shadow Claw, but I feel like this set is really cheesy. I feel like I never get crits either. So you can run Air Balloon and then put, what's it called? You can run Air Balloon and then put Close Combat over Shadow Claw. This set is literally the fish for crits, but again, I'd never be critting, so it's whatever. You can run Jolly or Adamant. Some people like Jolly. This is just a set. This is new to my team. TDK made this, my boy. But yeah, this thing is cool. I'm a fan of it for sure. Yeah, you can run Air Balloon. People run Autotomized Weakness Policy, all that stuff. It just depends on what you want. But like I said, I don't really like Banded these days. Like, Specs is just better. in my opinion. I think Specs is just superior in general, and I really wouldn't recommend running Banded. Just not in this metagame with all this Peck stuff. Because it's like, why would you run Shadow Claw when you can just run Shadow Ball? Like, it's such a weak stab, and a lot of time you have to click the Ghost Stab. Because it's not like Iron Head can sweep through water types, right? So, I don't know. Food for thought. I do think Specs is superior, but Aegislash being at A+ is not surprising. Is it top 10 usage? Yeah, number 6. Let's keep going. Dragapult. Dude, why the hell does Dragapult have nearly 40% usage? And how is that going down from last year, bro? So last month. You're telling me in January that boy had more? I forgot that boy had 40%. Incredible. I don't know why this mon has such a demonic usage rate, because if you go to the SPL stats, no, it's actually used a shit ton in here too, never mind. Yeah, dude, it's just a consistent mon all around. New Toy Syndrome has everybody trying out stuff like Zeraora, and it's a good thing Zeraora came into this generation, because it limits Dragapult to a degree, because it's the only mon faster than it. Although you need Life Orb to kill it, so you gotta keep that in mind. But yeah, Dragapult in general puts in a lot of work. Specs, Dragon Dance, the most popular set being Will-O-Wisp, U-Turn, Hex. That's the one I was using on the team. Yeah, most of the time I use that. But even Scarf is good. You know, you can just outspeed a bunch of setup sweepers. Teams still don't have Ghost Resist, so Will-O-Wisp Hex really always puts in work. Even with stuff like Clef and Corviknight able to take 2 Hexes, you force them to recover and you can just U-turn out into your threat. Like, what if you have Aegislash plus Dragapult? This is the #1 team on the ladder. Like, the guy who's #1 uses this team. I stole it because it was interesting. It's literally mono Life Orb HO. But, yeah, DD Dragapult is crazy. You know, it just breaks really nicely too. My favorite set is still probably Specs or Wisp Hex. DD is good, but it's like it's whatever. Like, sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not. You know what I mean? It's very inconsistent. Meanwhile, I feel like Specs and Wisp Hex are always putting in work because they just play support roles as well. Scarf can be an excellent revenge killer too, but I feel like in current meta that's only good versus HO, and we're seeing so much Corviknight, Clef, Toxapex bullshit these days that it's like, I feel like Scarf kind of lost some of its allure. It was nice when Kyurem Black the Broken was everywhere, but these days, I don't know. It's still good. Scarf is still good, don't get me wrong. And Scarf obliterates Rain. Keep that in mind. Scarf, look at this Rain, for example. Destroyed by Scarf, what's it called? Scarf Dragapult with Thunderbolt still destroys Rain, but even Rain is not as good as it once was because Pex is even rising, like I've been saying. So, I don't know. Wisp Hex and Specs, ooh, bars. Those are still the best sets to me. Dragapult's amazing. Dugtrio, another mon that has been on the absolute rise. I don't run it at all. You can see I don't even have teams with Dugtrio because I don't like Dugtrio. I don't like using it. I don't think it's fun to use. I just don't like using it. But it's good. It's very good. In fact, I hope it gets banned soon because it's uncompetitive and trapping is uncompetitive. But whatever. It will probably get banned soon. It's been banned in Gen 5, banned in Gen 6, banned in Gen 7. What do you think is going to happen in Gen 8? It's definitely getting banned. It's just a matter of when. But yeah, this thing will forever be good. It's not top 10. It's actually number 17 on the ladder. Well, ladder meta is quite different than tournament meta. Let me see where it is here. I bet it's top 10 here. Yep, number 10. 21% usage, 47% win rate. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's good. People run Banded, but even that has lost the allure. People are now running Sash a ton, and Sash is amazing because Sash deals with every new threat. Kyurem, who cares about Kyurem? Switch your Dugtrio hard into Freeze Dry. Go down to your Sash, kill it with Reversal. Their biggest threat's dead. Your Sash, you trap Zeraora, you trap what's this thing called? Bisharp, you trap Terrakion, you trap X. Like, this thing is good now with Sash. Like, it's always good with Sash, but it's like super good again with Sash. You can run what's it called? Screech as well to make sure that you are able to deal with Clefable, get the Oko on Pex. It's a monster, man. Dugtrio always does what Dugtrio does. Not a lot to explain. It's the ultimate support. Annoying ass mon, but definitely A+. Exca A+. Yeah. Corviknights are all Spadef these days. They've always been Spadef, so if you're not body press, Excadrill will destroy you. Yeah, Excadrill's amazing. Not much to say about that. It does the same thing all the time. It only runs four moves on one set, which is Rapid Spin, Swords Dance, Iron Head, Earthquake. All that Rock Slide stuff is unnecessary. Don't run that. You don't need to. You just Iron Head and get through Corviknight that way. Just flinch through the shit. You don't need Rock Slide at all. I don't know what else people run. They run Bandit on Gravity, but I think that sucks. But SD in general is a nuisance. Thanks to Rapid Spin giving you a speed boost, you now just sweep teams cleanly, which is so dumb. And on Sand, it's obviously a big threat too. I've been playing against people who run a lot of Hippowdon plus Excadrill, which is a really strong core. Sash lead has always been good. I know I spam that I used to spam it a ton. I haven't used Excadrill too much recently. It hasn't really been my flavor, but yeah. Not really much to say about Drill. It's just doing the same thing it did last tier shift. Hydreigon, so I still think Hydreigon is very good, and it's even slept on right now because people are ignoring it to use Kyurem. Hydreigon is still amazing. It's incredible. The speed creep it has on stuff like Kyurem is very important. Nasty Plot still obliterates every team. Just look at these teams, bro, and tell me that Nasty Plot doesn't like put in work versus all. Look at this, the Zeraora team. Only Zeraora can check it. If a Nasty Plot's up on my what's it called? What's this thing called? Kommo-o or Aegislash, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Flash Cannon is going to kill Clef, and that's going to kill everything. Like, you got to be careful with Hydreigon. You got to really be careful. Because, again, nothing really resists Dark these days besides Clef, and Clef gets owned by Flash Cannon, and obviously you can't go to, like, a fighting type because it'll die to Draco Meteor. Look at this team. Nasty Plot blows this up. Scarf Hydreigon, but you can't switch it in. You know what I mean? And the fact that Hydreigon is always on teams with Clef, passing Wish, it's just annoying. And it has Roost now, too, so it's like, oh my god. Yeah, Hydreigon is still amazing. One of the best mons ever. Love it. Gotta love it. Wait, what was the team I used? Yeah, remember, what was the team I used? My boy Crystal's team. This balance. Oh, this team was so nasty. Wish, Clef into Nasty Plot, Hydreigon. It's just really good. I really love it. Hydreigon's amazing. It's so good they gave it Nasty Plot because this thing has always been one of my favorite mons, and it's just so incredible now. Can't say anything else. Kommo-o. I am really sold on Kommo-o lately. So I've always loved Kommo-o, but I didn't think it was amazing in the last tier shift. It's good, don't get me wrong. But now I've truly seen how good it is, able to deal with Bisharp. A lot of people are not using Play Rough on Zeraora these days, at least in tournament meta. I haven't kept up with ladder in the last week because obviously I haven't really been uploading or playing ladder, but we'll find out what they're running on ladder. I assume they run Play Rough on ladder. Let me see the usage stats. Oh, number 7. Jeez, 17%. So I feel like Zeraora should be running Play Rough in that sense, but Bulk Up is still a very popular option. And that set doesn't run Play Rough. They run Knockoff, Close Combat, Plasma Fist, so Kommo-o was able to take it. Kommo-o deals with Bisharp, it's able to even deal with Terrakion. That thing is just a good Stealth Rocker. The set I'll be running is Earthquake, Stealth Rock, Body Press, Taunt, but you can also run Iron Defense to boost up your Body Press. People run that all the time. I've ran Offensive, I don't think it's that good. It's like whatever, it's not that good. But yeah, Wish Pass into this thing is so good. It just checks so much stuff. It beats all Rotom forms. It's able to take +2 Excadrill, able to take Bisharp. It's cool, man. It's a good mon. In general, it's just good. It's just one of those pivoting mons that can still, like, you know, do damage. Taunt is just good support versus opposing fat stuff, because it's not like a defensive Kommo-o will really kill anything. But it's nice to be able to just get rid of that. What else we got here? Rotom-Heat. Rotom-Heat is amazing. Rotom-Heat is amazing, and it's not worse than Zeraora. People were telling me this bullshit that Zeraora is better than Rotom-Heat. False. False. It's not. It's good. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good. But it's not better than Rotom-Heat to go. I'm telling you right now, it's not. Rotom-Heat is a legend. Is a legend. I love this mon. I think it's amazing. And I feel so bad for using Zeraora so much lately. Because Rotom-Heat's better. I truly believe Nasty Plot Rotom can beat like every single team in this metagame with Wish support. It's extremely bulky. It just got access to Pain Split. You can even run Nasty Plot Wisp Heavy Duty Boots if you don't want to run Pain Split. So you can chip at stuff like Kommo-o and stuff like that. It's really good. I love Rotom-Heat. A lot of people aren't running Wisp anymore. They're running Nasty Plot, Pain Split, Discharge, Overheat. Because, I mean, if you paralyze stuff, it's still pretty good. But yeah, I really like Rotom-Heat. Seriously. It's very hard to one-hit KO. It's nearly impossible to one-hit KO. Unless you have like a Mold Breaker, Excadrill, Earthquake. It just switches into a lot of things. Scares a lot of guys out, like Aegislash, for example. It's really good. I love Rotom-Heat. The typing is great. Boots have really been the best addition to this thing's move pool. It still can run Scarf with Trick, Nasty Plot, but the majority of sets are just probably the one that's on this team. Yeah, Nasty Plot, Overheat, Volt Switch, Pain Split. The bulk's nice, man. The bulk's nice. Love Rotom-Heat. Love it. Pex. Yes, sir. Pex is going up. Going up. It's amazing. It was good last tier shift. Pex can never be bad, obviously, but it has risen a lot lately in my head. It's really good. Beats Terrak, beats Keld. Just in general, it's a very annoying pivot with T-Spikes. T-Spikes are really good in current meta because they force Corviknight to defog, and while Corviknight is the best defogger, it is also it's like the premier defogger, right? So obviously people catch on to that and they kind of build their teams in a way that can punish Corviknight. Like the guy I was playing had a really nice team. He had Toxapex to set up the T-Spike, bait the Corviknight in, and then Dragapult can hit that thing with a Wisp, start chipping. It makes it very hard for it to continuously defog. You can run Knockoff on your Pex. You can run Haze. You should run Haze, in my opinion. Baneful Bunker is cool, but it's like whatever. I don't really like Baneful Bunker. It's kind of like a move that could work sometimes, but also doesn't work some other times. I don't know. It's weird. It's called Baneful Bunker, Haze Recover. Yeah, classic set. Yeah, knockoff is really good too though, because people love to switch in their Corviknight, opposing Pex, opposing Clefable. Knockoff is just broken, man. It's broken as hell in this generation. Remember when we used to always say Scald versus knockoff, and Scald was always better? Right now, knockoff is better than Scald. Right now, knockoff is better than Scald. It's true. After so many years, knockoff is finally superior to Scald right now. It's crazy, but it is true. It is true. So that's just something to think about. That's a throwback, man. If y'all remember knockoff versus Scald, you've been around here for a long time. Go ahead and quit Pokemon. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Zeraora, one of the new guys introduced. Yeah, he's good. He's finally good in a metagame. I think he's overrated. Maybe I just think he's overrated because the last 2 times I used him, I ran into Hippowdon plus Clefable. So it's not like my thing could even do any work. But people are putting in too much value into this like physical set. I think Grass Knot is still very viable. I was actually going to use Expert Belt Grass Knot, but then I changed it to Bulk Up. Go figure, I ran into Hippowdon and lost. It is what it is. I do think Grass Knot's pretty good though. I think Volt Switch is quite good too. I'd want to run Volt Switch. And this team originally, I made a Bulk Up, but it had Volt Switch, Zeraora in combination with Kyurem, which can be very, very, very menacing. For sure, that thing can be a complete demon. Just being able to bring in all this stuff, the primary switch-ins to Zeraora, stuff like Clefable, you know? So it's pretty cool. The coverage is good. CC, people be even running Blaze Kick to hit Ferrothorns and stuff like that. Yeah, not much to say about Zeraora. It's not the fastest mon in the tier. It can really shred balance. You got to be careful. Of course, it can always fall susceptible to Dugtrio, which is nice, honestly, because without Dugtrio, I think that thing would be a really big threat. But in tournament meta, people have loved using Wish, Clefable plus knockoff Zeraora. You're able to chip the Seismitoad, chip the Kommo-o. Once you get rid of those things leftovers, it's just a matter of time before bulk up Zeraora sweeps. Plus, it has, I mean, its bulk isn't good, but it's not like bad. Damn, my showdown lags so much, as you guys can see, because I have so many teams. I gotta delete a ton. Jeez, too many teams on this. But yeah, that's basically A+ rank. Let's get down to A rank. Dang, I spent like 20 minutes on that, but shit, it's gotta be thorough. It's been forever since I uploaded, right? Conkeldurr A rank. Yeah, Conk's amazing. Conk's amazing. Knockoff being added to this thing's move pool has truly made it like such a demon. Now it can OHKO Dragapult, doesn't need to run Earthquake or whatever. I mean, you can still run Earthquake for Pex, but Facade 2 it KOs even the Fizz Def Pex, I think. It might be a roll. But yeah, Conk is a forever good. It's extremely bulky, able to tank a lot of hits. Mach Punch is still great for dealing with Excadrill, Hydreigon, Kyurem. I mean, the tier is very fighting weak right now, if you guys haven't noticed. The tier is very fighting. Look at A rank. Literally every dude below him gets destroyed by him, which is hilarious. And everybody in A rank, besides Sylveon, gets destroyed by him too. But, I mean, if Sylveon and Togekiss switching on Facade, it's GG. They take 99%. Seriously. Offensive Togekiss takes 99% from Facade. It's stupid. And don't even get me started on Sylveon. That thing is getting flipped, like, instantly. I'm telling you, man. Conk is amazing. The natural bulk plus the 416 attack, which is what? Like 624 with Guts? Stupid shit. Stupid shit. He's so strong. He's so strong with Guts. I love that Conk is finally amazing in OU again. Not even again. It was never amazing in OU. Last time Conk was good in OU was 2010. Japanese black and white meta. Like, and finally 10 years later, literally 10 years later, it's back on top. Great. Finally, it's about time. But yeah, Conk is amazing. Being able to wish pass to it, invaluable. Bulk's good. Drain Punch recovers. People are running a lot of Toxapex these days with Baneful Bunker and Recover because it can technically outstall Facade, but it's not consistent at all. But yeah, Conk, beast. It could even be A+ rank, but I guess the fact that you have to, I guess, predict a little bit puts it in A rank. And it doesn't have supporting roles like the rest of these guys. All of A+ rank has a supporting role, besides Zeraora, I guess. But Conk doesn't really have that. But yeah, Conk is an offensive demon. I wouldn't be surprised if over the course of next tier shift, you know, it goes up to A+, and on a given day, it could be A+. Ferrothorn A rank as well. I don't use too much Ferrothorn. Honestly, look at my teams. I don't use too much. I got a couple of teams with it, but I don't know. I used it in SPL and it did work. Sometimes teams are just walled by Ferrothorn, which is something I feel like people don't know this. Sometimes teams just get hard walled by Ferrothorn because Clef isn't really running fire coverage. It can be really annoying to Corviknight when it knocks you off, leech seeds you, and then, you know, you're stuck there losing to Ferrothorn as it sets up hazards and you're wasting all your defogs. Thunder Wave is very annoying too. What was my set? Stealth Rock, Power Whip, knock off, leech seed. Yeah, it's just annoying. It just does what it always did. Spikes are amazing in this metagame, but I mean, I don't really care for them. But yeah, Ferrothorn's Ferrothorn. Kyurem. Gotta talk about this demon, bro. This is the new Darmanitan, bro. I mean, it's not though. Darm was broken. This thing is good, but it's A rank, right? Now, at first when I saw this, I agreed with it. But I feel like if this was put up like 3 days ago and I saw this, I would have been like, oh, Kyurem in A rank? Nah, I should be A+. But I think I agree with it in A rank. And the reason being is like, look, it has the coverage to kill everything. That's not a question, man. Ice is incredible and in this metagame. And the fact that it is freeze dry to deal with any like Toxapex shit is really nice too. But it can be dealt with. Even teams with lacking a strong ice resist can deal with this mon. Just pivoting around. Wish Protect, Spadef Clef is able to take 2, but of course Ice Beam has a freeze chance, it has a crit chance, not to mention that Kyurem has really amazing defenses. Look at this, 125 HP, 90 defense, 90 Spadef, that's excellent. This thing can tank a lot of hits, and that's really like good. It's obviously very strong. Honestly, I've been contemplating running Modest lately. Modest lets you really just OHKO like everything. It's pretty nice. Like Modest lets you OHKO Pex with Freeze Dry, lets you OHKO Zeraora with Ice Beam. That's just a little taste of what you can do, you know what I mean? Just a little taste of what you might see. But yeah, Specs Kyurem is amazing. I haven't run any other set. That's the only set I've run. I'm sure you can run like Dragon Dance or something and maybe get mediocre results, but Specs is the one. Specs is demonic. Yeah, it's really good. And like I said, it's like Conkeldurr. On a given day, it could be A+, but I agree with A. You know, it's still susceptible to getting trapped by Dugtrio. It does have some weaknesses. It doesn't run heavy duty boots, obviously. And if you're not Specs, you're never going to beat Clef. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you're not Specs, you'll never beat Clef. You'll never even win if you don't run Specs versus Corviknight Clef. You can run Metronome, but it won't be enough. It won't be enough. So yeah, Kyurem's interesting. Mandibuzz at A rank. Mandibuzz has lost type. It's lost type, man. It was really up there for Aegislash and Dragapult, but now with all this Kyurem, Zeraora bullshit pulling up, people are like, oh no, Mandibuzz is not the beast it once was. It's still good though. It's still a beast. Still a beast. I have not been using it much at all lately. None of my new teams seem to have it, but I'll have to try it out again. Yeah, not much to say about Mandibuzz. I mean, it's just like the dark type Corviknight. Like that's what it is. It's just like the dark type Corviknight that's weaker to Clef, but has access to knockoff and foul play. So I mean, it's a trade-off. Mandibuzz is still good though. Still very bulky, but this meta shift has not been kind to it. You know, with Terrak, Kyurem, Zeraora, all those guys punishing it. Toad A rank. Look at this man. How can Toad have 22% usage, bro? I'm so happy, bro. I'm so happy. The top agent in the top 5. That's what I like to see. Look at these 4 super lame mons, and then GOAT Seismitoad. Just exactly what I want to see. But yeah, Toad does what it does. Puts up rocks, sits around. Now I got access to knockoff, which is pretty cool. I run an offensive set these days. I really like an offensive set. What was the set I was running? Where's that shit at? Where's that shit at? Did I delete the team? Maybe it's on this one. Yeah, see this offensive, this is the shit I ran. This shit is fire. It's really nice. A lot of Clefables. You can knock them off and then do some good damage. Yeah, it's just nice. Puts on good pressure. Honestly, defensive is good, but I feel like defensive just gets chipped and then does nothing. Every team has Clef too, so your Seismitoad's useless if you're defensive, in my opinion. So I do like offensive. It's pretty nice. He still keeps rocks. Still has a great typing. It's good. Terrak. I have really not used Terrak like at all. I don't really think I even have teams with it. Like, I really haven't seen Terrak. I mean, when I play it, it's a threat though. I think it's amazing though. A rank makes sense. Stone Edge close combat is a good coverage versus everything. Problem is, Pex still exists and Wish Clef exists, and it has Protect, right? So it's easy to scout. I think SD is probably superior, but again, you always run the risk of running into Dugtrio with this mon. I don't know. Terrak is always it has the problems it had before, locking in between CC and Stone Edge. I think Bandit's the best set, but I do think a Stealth Rock Sash lead is also quite potent. I have to test Terrak more, but it makes sense being an A rank. I don't really have much else to say. I mean, it's just Terrakion, right? Close combat, Stone Edge, just click the right move, and usually you should get a kill unless you miss Stone Edge, which you probably will. So that's probably why I set the bottom of this. Not because it's alphabetical, but because it'll miss Stone Edge, right? So whatever. A- rank. So now we got some annoying ass Pokemon. Cloyster. This is just one of those mons where it's like, oh no, you better have something that can outspeed this thing, or you better have something that doesn't care about getting flinched. But you always will have something that cares about getting flinched. It's funny, man. People actually come out here with non-leftovers Aegislash and think, oh, I'm gonna defeat Cloyster like this, and they just get flinched and they lose. I hate Cloyster. Seriously, I hate Cloyster. It's a beast, don't get me wrong. Top agent, but it's so annoying. It's fell off though, with the addition of Keldeo, Kyurem being everyone's new go-to ice type. Bisharp can check it. Pex is now bold and on every team, so if you don't flinch it, it's just gonna haze you, and that's not good. But it's still Cloyster. It's still very, very good. And if you flinch that Pex, good night. So makes sense, but it's not as consistent as it once was. It might have been A rank last tier shit, but it's nowhere there anymore. Fish is amazing. Fish is amazing. That's all I gotta say. Bold Clef might be, Bold Pex might be back, but Fish is still amazing because I feel like Seismitoad's been going down in usage, and even though it's on 1/5 of teams, it's not hard to limit Seismitoad, especially with everything running knockoff these days. And people are afraid to go to their Seismitoad on Fish. You always hold that like 50-50, like, oh shit, what if they click Outrage and then my Toad takes like what 50%, and then it's like, oh no, I can't switch it in again. You know what I mean? So something to think about. Fish's Rend will be forever broken. In the rain, it OHKOs stuff like Hydreigon. Out of rain, it OHKOs stuff like Aegislash, Clap. It's just stupid, man. Dracovish is just stupid. It's just stupid. It's one of those mons where if you run into a team and they don't have Seismitoad or Fizdef Ferrothorn's really good. But even Ferrothorn's usage is quite low these days. Yeah, 16%. I mean, it's high enough, but Fish can always do it. Gengar. I don't be using Gengar too much, but I do think it's great. I think Scarf is really good in the current metagame. I think Nasty Plot is good too. But I mean, you kind of have hard opportunities to Nasty Plot. Trick plus Nasty Plot and then Dual Stab, Shadow Ball, Sludge Wave is really good. Gengar basically has no need to run Focus Blast these days. Because there's no Tyranitar or anything. I mean, yeah, Bisharp, but what are you doing staying in with Gengar on Bisharp anyway? Yeah, Gengar's good. Nasty Plot's good. Maybe I'll run Specs one day. Actually, I probably won't. Nasty Plot's superior. But Jirachi. Okay, I only used one Jirachi so far, and it was especially defensive. Stealth Rock, and I think it sucked. I don't know. I have to test Jirachi more. I'm sure it's good, but like just looking at these guys, Jirachi beats all this shit. Beats Clef. Unless it gets T-Waved or knocked off, then you like lost the exchange, honestly. It won't beat Corviknight unless it's Calm Mind, Thunderbolt, Aegislash will blow it up, Dragapult will beat it, Dugtrio beats it, Drill beats it, Hydreigon beats it. I mean, even if it has Aura Sphere, it's piss weak, so it doesn't even kill either of these. I think Sub CM is the only set I would even entertain. Because Sub CM, Thunderbolt, Psychic actually seems pretty decent versus most of these teams if you're looking at it. But again, Jirachi seems weird. I don't know, we need a tier shift for it to be better. Right now, the tier is too offensive for it to really make a dent. People are running defensive teams, but I don't know. Sylveon at A-. Never liked Sylveon. Always thought Clef was better. It's cool, but like, whatever. Togekiss is great. I run sub Nasty Plot only. Obviously, the new excitement with Zeraora, Kyurem, and Terrakion has dropped that thing's viability, but it's still the same old Togekiss. Scarf is still good, too. Don't sleep. Scarf's still putting in the OT, you know. Let's see. But yeah, this A- rank basically makes sense. Like, Cloyster, Dracovish, Gengar, and Togekiss are basically mons that can absolutely destroy your team, or you're pretty good versus them. But they are mons that in some particular matchups, you're done. Like, they will win. You know they're gonna win too. Like, imagine you play Rain Dracovish and you don't have Seismitoad. You know in your head, like, well, I'm probably gonna lose. That's just how it goes sometimes. B+ rank. Bish. Okay, so Bish is in B+. I kind of understand that. Kommo-o's on everyone's team. But I don't know, it could be A-. I think it falls into this this ranking, honestly, of mon that could beat you or could be limited. And even Kommo-o is not like the best check. You just knock that thing off, and then you +2 Iron Head that thing next time. You know, you're good. I mean, you need more chip than that. Kommo-o is very bulky. It doesn't die to +2 knockoff plus Iron Head without Life Orb, I don't think. But I mean, the fact that you can run Wish support as well into your Bisharp, heal it up. I think Bish is good and should be an A-. I think it's definitely better than Sylveon and Jirachi. I would change that. That's like the first thing I'd change on these ranks. I'd probably take Jirachi out of A- and put Bisharp in its place, because Bisharp's better and just, it's good. It's just really good. Nothing else to say. Yeah, love Bisharp. Something to finally punish annoying ass defog. Hat and B+. Dude, Hat is so weird. What's this thing's usage? 21. That's going down at a steady rate. Oops. Yeah, Hat is weird. It's still good. It's really strong. And some teams have such a problem dealing with this thing. Because, you know, you have access to Draining Kiss, Mystical Fire, and it's strong. I mean, every mon in the tier gets hit hard by the combination of Psychic, Draining Kiss, Mystical Fire. That's a fact. I think Calm Mind is still very potent. A lot of times teams just cannot destroy this thing. You know, unless you have an Excadrill or Aegislash. By the way, Excadrill's Iron Head doesn't even OHKO the thing, I believe, if you're like really invested. And a lot of defensive teams really will struggle to kill this thing. Like Clef, Corviknight. If your Corviknight's not Iron Head, oh, good luck. Like, let's look at some of these teams. I mean, look at this team, for example. This team has quite a good opportunities to just lose straight up to Calm Mind Hatterene. Look at this. I mean, the Aegislash is Metronome, but Flash Cannon won't kill at +1, and you'll turn into Blade Form and die to Mystical Fire. Corviknight, completely walled, defeated. Clef, set up on, defeated. Pex, defeated. Kommo-o, defeated. Zeraora, everything loses. You know what I'm saying? Some of these bulkier teams that take advantage of the Clef, Toxapex, Corviknight core get smashed by Hat. And so I would like to see Hat make a return. I think it's good. I think it's definitely good. Yeah, it really shreds a lot of defensive teams these days. Yeah, the reason it doesn't get the usage that it could be getting is because it's a fairy type. And if you want to run a fairy type, you're going to run Clef. That's just how it goes. You're going to run Clef these days. Hat doesn't even get access to Wish or Recovery, while every other fairy type above it does. Togekiss, Sylveon, and Clef. That's a big deal, so it makes sense. Hippo and B+. I've warmed up to Hippo. I think it's better now. It's just annoying as hell, dude. Beat Zeraora. It walls so many guys. It has Whirlwind, which is really annoying in this metagame because it's always in combination with Pex putting up T-Spikes and then just Whirlwind around and get your things poisoned. It just sucks. Yeah, it's annoying. That's all I can say. It's just really annoying. It just does what it always does, but it's like better right now. It just tanks everybody. Keld B+. Haven't even tested Keld like at all. I've never used Keld one time so far. In theory, it's good, but Pex still exists and that's at the top. Dragapult's good check to it as well. Specs has the trouble of having to find the right move to click between Hydro Pump and Secret Sword, and it's here with Clefable, Seismitoad, Pex. Like, what's the right move, dude? I think Calm Mind Taunt has utility. Someone used that in SPL this week and it did pretty well. But yeah, I think it's way worse than Bisharp and Hatterene. I'm not convinced. Mamoswine and B+. Mamoswine's really good. I wasn't too sure about this thing. I didn't know. But my boy Starmaster used this team in SPL and it worked great. Choice Band or Mamoswine. It's basically like Kyurem. Like we said, not a lot of Ice Resist in the tier right now. And the premier Ice Resist being Toxapex gets blown away by Earthquake. This is a cool team. This double ice swag. But yeah, I really like Mamoswine. Ice Crash obviously is good flinch rate. It's nice because you're able to pressure Clef Corviknight. Corviknights are all like Spadef these days. So you blow that thing up. It's nice. Always gonna like that mon. Yeah. See who's next. Who is next? Obstagoon. I haven't played with Goon in a minute. I think Goon is one of the best mons you can have on HO because of its access to taunt and its decent speed stat. I think all Sticky Webs teams require Obstagoon as well, again because of taunt. But I'd only run Obstagoon on HO. You can run it on balance, but like whatever. I'd rather use Conk probably. Still good though. I would say that the shift has been worse to it because all the fighting types got buffed. But 95 base speed is still pretty solid. A lot of the times though, if I want a dark type, I like Hydreigon. Rotom-Wash and B+. Whatever. I don't even like Rotom-Wash. Rotom-Heat's just better. Like every time. Like I don't know why you even run Wash. I don't even run it. You can see like none of my. I ran it in SPL and it was wag. Yeah, dude. Heat's just way better. Even though it's a fire type and a water type, they're not really comparable. They kind of are comparable. This thing is just. I don't know. I don't like Rotom-Wash. Tyranitar B+. I'm sad this boy is falling off at an alarming rate. I guarantee you next tier shift it's going to be B rank. Meta hasn't been kind to it. Honestly, I think Bandit definitely has potential still. Bandit Stone Edge. It's like Tarak, right? But Bandit Stone, but it's bulkier and it's stronger. Bandit Stone Edge destroying these Clef, Pex, Corviknight, no rock resist cores. But if they have a Hippo, you know, you got to watch out. Lack of pursuit makes Tyranitar really not the menace it once was. It's whatever. B rank. Cinderace has fallen off a bit. People are really not running this thing like they were before. I mean, it sucks. I mean, court change is epic, but like, that's it. It sucks other than that. Kommo-o completely walls, Toad walls. It's just not strong. Pex walls, even bold Clef walls. If you're in Blaze range, I think the best part of Cinderace is once you get into Blaze range, you actually become a threat. You actually become a big ass threat once you're in Blaze. But until then, Piss Weak, it's not the mon yet. When it gets Libero, it'll be a GOAT. But until then, it's not the mon. Crowd in B rank. Yeah, dude. It's like whatever. Too much Kommo-o. I'm not going to say anything else. It's just running SD and Banded. Ditto. I feel like Ditto's better these days. People don't run HO as much, which is true. But it's always nice to have a mon that you can just kind of... I feel like in this metagame, Ditto's cool because it can switch into a lot of Pokemon like Zeraora and just kind of like download sets that you need to know. You know? Like Dragapult, for example. Like a lot of these mons have very variable sets. Like Dragapult, Zeraora... sometimes you want to the last move on a Seismitoad, Ferrothorn, Mandibuzz, whatever the case is, and Ditto lets you do that. So Ditto, I'm kind of looking at it from a defensive perspective. But yeah, it's great. Gastro, I don't use this thing. It's probably like whatever. Probably rather use Pex. Don't really see the point, but whatever. Grimmsnarl, amazing with screens. That's it though. Just screens is the one. Basically makes HO viable. Hawlucha, again, a thing I'd only use on screens. It's actually really good though. It's really good. It's B rank, which is, I guess it makes sense because it's it needs screens really to kind of shine. But I think it could be in B+ rank. I think it's better than Obstagoon and Tyranitar and Rotom-Wash for sure. Maybe it's probably better than Keldeo too. But we'll have to see. But yeah, everyone's running that Swords Dance, Sky Attack, HO. Shit's annoying, dude. Do I have any teams with it? Let me see this. Oh man, added a bookmark. I'm so dumb. Hawlucha. Yeah, so I only have this team on some Veil. Some Misty Seed. This is a whack set. Don't run this. That's a garbage combination. But Power Herb, Fly, Sky Attack is always great. Mantine, Rain Staple, Sub Roost, Hurricane, Surf, Metronome. Classic set. It's on every rain. It's good. Can defeat balance. It's not as good as it once was though. And that's because it's very easy to stall that thing. Because Mantine is absolutely so weak. It's so weak. It has what, 80 base special attack? Like that thing sucks. Offensively, it sucks. It's so weak. Even in Rain, Clef, and Corviknight can take those surfs with ease and roost them off and PP stall a little bit, get rid of the rain. Even with your Metronome, who cares? I just go into my Seismitoad or my Pex that's obviously going to be on my team. And then your Metronome boosts are gone because you got a Hurricane, right? So this thing's not that good. Rain has been nerfed, which is good. Necrozma, this thing's whack. All I see is a Tautomized weakness policy sets. It's one of those mons where on HO it can win or it's useless. Primarina, decent. I use specs. I mean, it's what you'd expect, right? You just throwing off Moonblast and shit. Very prediction heavy. Very prediction heavy. Having to Psychic Toxapex, having to Hydro Pump Aegislash and Corviknight, but then also having to Moonblast the resist. So it can be annoying. That's the reason it's in B rank, because it's very prediction heavy. So a lot of the times it's not worth using at all. Reuniclus, I've never used it. Never will use it probably either. It's definitely not my type of mon in a tier with Aegislash, Dragapult, Hydreigon, and Lord knows what else. It's just one of those fat ones though. Rotom-Mo, I like Rotom-Mo. It's very good. I think it's better than Rotom-Wash as well. My bad. Yeah, Rotom-Mo is amazing. Nasty Plus, just a solid tech in general. And it's the only Rotom form besides Rotom-Wash, I guess, that doesn't need to run heavy duty boots. You can run leftovers. I mean, it's cool. I mean, look at the matchup here. It's like similar to Rotom-Heat and what it does. I mean, it's able to take on all these guys pretty effectively for the most part. Lax. I feel like Lax has probably just got a little bit worse because of the fighting type buff, but still the same Lax. Still strong. B- rank. Alright, now we got bullshit. Draco's ult, trash. Gyarados, haven't used it yet. I've only seen it used one time in SPL, and it was okay. Is it even top 30? Doubt it. Yeah, this is where you see the stuff that doesn't even make it to the list, bro. You got Torkoal in here, but you don't got those two. Good. Torkoal's an absolute agent. But yeah, it looks like Draco's ult and Gyarados didn't make the cut. Good, man. Get that garbage out of here. Draco's ult sucks. You just have to not miss, and even then it sucks. I'd never use this mon in my life. Gyarados. I saw a guy using Wish Pass with heavy duty boots, it looked really good in the battle. But it's like, rather just use something else. Sigilyph. I like Sigilyph. I think it's quite viable. Did it chart? Nope. Didn't chart this time. Yeah, it's okay. Again, these are just mons that just don't really have a place in OU if you ask me. Like, I don't know why your team would ever use these. You know? Torkoal. Torkoal is really good. It's not really good. Sun is decent because of Venusaur and Darmanitan. But Torkoal got worse. It was better earlier on in the gen. I mean, it can switch into Corviknight. It's one of the rockers that beats Corviknight, and it can switch into Clef. Has no recovery though. Is unable to run leftovers. Is weak to rocks. Has to run Heat Rock. Like, it's like you got to do all this. You got to have all this shit with the guy that makes it really, really annoying sometimes. But it is what it is. It is just there to support Sun and support your Venusaur. That's why Venusaur is right under it. Now Venusaur is actually a mon that has quite the utility versus most of these teams. If you growth, you kill everything. As you can see, like, everything here loses except for Kommo-o, which can't touch you back. And I guess Dragapult, which dies to +2 Weather Ball after 2 rock switchings. So just something to think about. But in general, Venusaur is really able to put on the hurt. Look at A rank, everybody dies. A minus, everybody dies. Weather Ball was an excellent addition to its move pool. Yeah, Venusaur can absolutely slaughter some teams. Absolutely slaughter some teams. And that's the only reason Torkoal is even nearly viable. Xatu, I think Xatu sucks. Wouldn't use it personally. C+, Celebi. I think Celebi sucks. Wouldn't use. Oh, I wouldn't use Nasty Plot Celebi. Maybe Stealth Rock, U-Turn, Thunder Wave has some type of utility, but in a metagame where every team has Corviknight, Aegislash, and Dragapult, I don't really see the necessity of using Celebi. Chandelure, really good. Should definitely be in B- rank and probably will rise up, or even B. I don't know, maybe not B rank, but B-. It's definitely better than Draco's ult. I mean, it's just a ghost type. Look at this team. My boy NJMP built this one too. This one saw some usage in SPL to some good success. Specs Chandelure plus Teleport Clef, nice combo. I mean, Chandelure is just extremely strong, as you guys know. Shadow Ball Overheat is great coverage too. It's just a good mon in general. Definitely like that thing up there. Incineroar, I used Incineroar in tournament, remember? And that thing actually put in a lot of work for me. What setup I've been running? I just run the Parting Shot Heavy Duty Boots. Heavy Duty Boots made every fire type great, which is actually something that's so epic about Gen 8. Because Gen 7, if you wanted to see a fire type, you were only going to see Heatran. You weren't seeing anybody else. That's it. You only seen Heatran. Right? Maybe like the occasional Zard or Victini, but like Heatran was #1. I like that stuff. Like, it's always epic when starter Pokemon are epic. Like, are like good, right? So this is the set I was running. I mean, this is the set my boy Crystal was running. He was running Spadaf. I ran Fizdef, but this one's better. Switching to Kyurem and Dragapult, hella easy. Parting Shot's nice to keep momentum. Knockoff is knockoff. It's like the best move in the game right now. Flare Blitz is just so you can kind of threaten Corviknight and Ferrothorn, and then Taunt is just support because Cat's decently fast when you put speed on it. Yeah, it's great. Really good mon. Jellicent, haven't used it really, but I mean like it just strength steps around. Probably not that good. Mew has decent usage, 24, but I haven't seen it. I don't think it's that good. 100 base stats all around kind of sucks. Now, we're in a different meta game right now. But Mew set can always be primed to destroy your opponent. It's a matter of having the right set. Melodic, trash. Mimikyu, trash. Only good on hyper offense. Pelipper, Rain has lost utility, so it's not that good, but it's okay. I mean, if you think about it, it's actually not terrible defensively. Because it can check stuff like Excadrill, but it's whatever. Rhyperior, always going to be a big fan, but it is dropping in utility quite a bit. I have realized it's worse. But SD will always be a threat. You just got to be smart. Just because more mons came down in OHKO, it doesn't mean Rhyperior is any different. I mean, this thing always got OHKO'd by water type moves and fighting type moves. Well, actually, no. It doesn't even get OHKO'd by fighting type moves that are physical, at least. So, that's pretty cool. Toxicity, missed this mon, man. You guys remember the days before Home came out and I used this thing on every team? Now every asshole runs Dugtrio or whatever, and it's just, ugh. If Doug gets banned, it'll rise again. Trust me. C rank, yeah, what? Avalugg, trash. Centiskorch, trash. Darm, only good on Sun, but actually not too bad on Sun. I'd run Banded. Scarf is not worth your time, because Scarf will still lose to Kommo-o and Pex. Just run Banded and get your 1 or 2 kills and call it a day. Haxorus, I have no idea. It's probably ass. Ninetales, only used to cheese people with dual screens. Aurora Veil, not a bad tech, but standalone it sucks. Ludicolo, trash. Pikamuku, stall tech, trash. Ribombi, webs, it's mediocre. Webs are not that good right now, and Shuckle's definitely better. Surfetched, bad. Pex, bold Pex on every team, so is Clef. This thing is just garbage. I would never use Surfetched in my life. If it had Earthquake for Pex, I'd use it, but it doesn't. Vaporeon has lost a lot of utility because, again, Pex plus Clef is just a superior version. Vaporeon is like trying to mesh those two together. Bulky water with Wish, it's just not worth it when you can run Pex plus Clef. Weavile, I think Weavile is quite underrated. C rank is actually pretty disgusting. It should be C plus or B minus. I think SD is very good. SD with Icicle Crash. I mean, look at this. Clef, you can get rid of that if you chip it. Corviknight can get rid of if you chip it. Aegislash, Dragapult dead to knock off an Ice Shard. All these guys get owned, bro. I mean, Zeraora is faster, but I think SD Weavile with knockoff definitely has some utility. Bandit is probably decent too, but I'd rather run SD myself. That's just a theory though. C minus rank, yeah, all this stuff is garbage. Arachnid is just like, I haven't tested Arachnid. Maybe it could be decent, but I doubt it in a Pex meta that it could ever be decent. And like I said, Web sucks. Arcanine, definitely bad. Barraskewda, not bad, but not good. It's just like a little thing you run on Rain. It can beat Pex with Psychic Fangs, but it's whatever. Kaparaja, my boy, he got wronged. Give him back his G-Max. Raj is whatever. I'd never even seen this mon in OU. Corsola garbage. Diggersby, not garbage. In fact, it's good. It got knockoff now. Could definitely see that thing being in a C plus rank because it's just so strong. And if you play it offensively, it'll always be good. Dreadnought, garbage. Durant, probably garbage. Quag, it's whatever. It's not that good. Shedinja, garbage. Umbreon, garbage. Yeah, so for the most part, I agree with almost all these ranks. Maybe like only 4 or 5 I thought like it was off by 1 tier. But I liked going through this. Let's see the posts, if there's any posts. Gardevoir, hell no, that thing is garbage for sure. Let me see if there's any posts arguing for any Pokemon to drop. Oh, bet. Oh, why didn't I see this before? Look at all this good reasoning. Alright, we'll talk about this right now. Hell yeah. Let's see. Bulk up. Yup. Grass knot. 40% usage. Oh, this is such a nice post. Why didn't I just scroll over and see this? Shout out Finch. Tarak. Great deal of hype. Choice band stores and variations. But it is good enough to stick around, leaving in the middle. I agree completely. Wait, let me change my yeah, bet now you can read. Jirachi is A minus. Jirachi is a bit awkward with Dugtrio. Yeah, Scarf is decent and it has access to Healing Wish, but again, I don't think it's that good. Yup, I agree completely with Keldeo having too many natural checks and counters in the metagame. B plus, but I think it'll drop down to B. Primarina is like the same thing if you ask me. I think Necrozma blows. It'll only ever be seen on this setup HO. Yup, Venusaur thing. Yup. Like I said, Incineroar's parting shot and heavy duty boots. Darm is viable choice card. Actually, Trick is really cool on Darm and it messes up a lot of stuff. Yeah, Trick is cool. I have lost to Trick Darmanitan. I forgot about that. Don't sleep. Oh, they rose this thing. Yeah, because it's on everybody's team now. Bisharp acts to knockoff. Yep. Mamoswine is amazing with the band. They rose this thing because of the pain split. Still think it's pretty mid, but pain split's good. We'll see. Staple on rain teams. Ditto. It's back. Sun's interesting. Yeah. I agree with most of this stuff, honestly. Great post. I'm about to give this shit a like. Let's see. Gashon B. I'd have to check that thing more. But other than that, yeah, agree with everything. I really enjoyed making this vid. Damn near 50 minutes. Hope y'all enjoyed. Drop a like if you did. See y'all soon. Streaming tonight, of course. Probably around after 6 p.m. Eastern. I need to see everyone there. Peace.